iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
It's Dr. Roto from Scout Fantasy Sports, and we're back today to preview the games in the NFC. That's right, two big showdowns in the NFC this week to determine which two teams will be playing in the NFC Championship game. I am very excited about these two games. I really am. I am very excited about these two games. So first, let me start with Green Bay versus Dallas. This game is compelling on so many fronts. So many fronts. First of all, Aaron Rodgers is playing out of his mind. And I think there was a time this season where people were absolutely worried about Aaron Rodgers. I know I was. The first 6 weeks of the season, you probably said to yourself, the dude didn't throw over 300 yards at all. What's going on here? And then he just started locking it in. 326 and 3, 246 and 4, 297 and 3, 371 and 2, 351 and 3, 313 and 2. I mean, this guy was just balling. Aaron Rodgers is one of the top quarterbacks that we will ever see play this game. I believe that in my heart. I believe he is one of the top quarterbacks that we will ever see play this game. I think we will appreciate him more when he's gone than we do right now. I think he's that high a level. I mean, really, this is one of the great all-time players. And a certain Hall of Famer player. Really, a certain Hall of Famer. I believe that. If you give Aaron Rodgers time, he will pick you apart. And I watched him against the Giants last week. Now, I know the Giants had the injury to Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, and that hurt. That was a bad injury. But the Giants' pass rush got nowhere near Aaron Rodgers. Nowhere near him. I mean, this guy was there, a sundial, 1 Mississippi. Remember when we were kids, 3 Mississippi. I mean, this guy had like 20 Mississippi to throw the football. Will they miss Jordy Nelson this week? Absolutely. Will that be the reason they don't win this game? No. I think between Cobb and Adams and Allison, and let's not forget something. They can move Ty Montgomery out and go with Christian Michael at the running back. And I think you might see that. If Jeff Janis can't go and Jordy can't go, don't be shocked to see Ty Montgomery be a wide receiver again. I might consider that. And I'd go with Christian Michael, who I have no problem with, or Aaron Ripkowski, who I have no problem with. Those guys can run the football. Remember, the Packers just run the football enough to keep it as a threat. I mean, they're not a running football team. But Aaron Rodgers, he's got Cook, he's got Cobb, he's got Adams, he's got Allison, he's got Montgomery, he's got Michael. It doesn't matter. He's so deadly accurate, the ball's going to end up right in the breadbasket. So Dallas has to pressure Rodgers. There's no pressure on Rodgers. This game is over. I really believe that. I think Dallas needed to see the Giants this week, not the Packers. The Dallas Cowboys got the wrong matchup. And I think the Cowboys would tell you that. I think the Cowboys wanted the Giants. Giants are terrible offensively. Packers aren't. And if this moment is too big for Dak Prescott, the Packers are in big trouble. I mean, the Cowboys are in big trouble. If this moment is too big for Dak, then Dallas is done. Because let me ask you this. At what point do you bench Dak Prescott if the moment is too big for him? When do you put in Tony Romo? You put him in too soon, Dak's confidence is shot. You put him in too late, this game could be over. So this is a very, very, very crucial moment for Dak Prescott. He is Dallas's quarterback of the future. Played very well this year. I got to give this guy top marks. I loved him at Mississippi State. I like him now in the pros. I think he did an amazing job this year. Okay? Is he the greatest quarterback ever? No. How many 300-yard games? 2. But he's effective. He runs enough, especially by the goal line. By the goal line, he runs pretty well. Right? Only 282 yards rushing, but he has 6 rushing touchdowns. That's pretty good. I think he could have run more. 3,667 yards, 23 touchdowns to 4 picks. That's a really good number. For a rookie, 4 picks? Are you kidding me? He had 2 against the Giants. I mean, that was a bad game. 1 against Philadelphia and 1 against Green Bay. He's seen Green Bay before. Had 3 touchdown passes against them. So I like Dak Prescott. Is this moment too big for him? I don't think so, and here's why. Because you have Zeke. You've got a running game. At the end of the day, Dak Prescott doesn't have to do that much. 1, he's got to hand the ball off to Ezekiel Elliott. And 2, when he's throwing, when he's passing, he can be mobile. Run. Maybe he only throws 22 times. But he can get, as opposed to Eli Manning, right? Eli Manning gets back there and Eli can't run about a yard. So Eli's got to be accurate. Dak Prescott can get into the flow of the game and get used to the game. And he doesn't have to worry about being tight on his passes. I'll give it to Ezekiel Elliott 20, 25 times. Little throw to Cole Beasley, little throw to Dez Bryant, little throw to Terrence Williams, little throw to Jason Witten. He's good. The Dallas Cowboys are in position here. So here's what the Cowboys have to do. 1, run Ezekiel Elliott 20 to 25 times. No matter what he does, you give him the football 20 to 25 times. Don't stop. Don't stop handing him the football. Okay? You've pretty much rested him over the last couple of weeks. Right? Then he had the bye week. He is ready for the football. Give him the football. 2, get Dez Bryant involved. Get Dez involved early. By getting Dez involved early, it will allow you to use Beasley and Williams late. If you don't go to Dez, now you get Dez as a malcontent on the sideline demanding the football. Give him the football early. And then you could spread the ball around later because Dez got his. Right? I always believe you go to your big player early. When I played volleyball competitively, I was a setter. I always made sure my best hitter got the ball early in the first game. Get him started early. And once that guy gets it, everybody starts keying in on him, and then I've got the whole court to use with my other hitters. But once your best player gets going, everybody's into it. You got to get Dez Bryant going. You have to get him going. So what else do you need going? You need your pass rush going. You need a pass rush going. I think it's about the pass rush because I think the secondary is okay. Not great, but okay. I think look, any receiver can get open with enough time. Or they'll be held, or there's pass interference or something like that. Aaron Rodgers will find the guy. But he can't find the guy if he doesn't have time. So Dallas has to get to Aaron Rodgers. If they get to Aaron Rodgers, I think they win this game easily. If they don't, they lose this game. It's as simple as that. All right, game number 2. The Seattle Seahawks go to Atlanta and play the Atlanta Falcons. Now, these teams played before. These teams played before in what I would call a very, very controversial game. They played in Week 6. Russell Wilson, 25 for 37, 270 yards, no touchdowns. No touchdowns. Okay? Thomas Rawls didn't even play in that game. I'm just saying Doug Baldwin against Atlanta the first time they played, 4 for 31. But that was when Atlanta had Trufant. They don't now. Had Jimmy Graham do the first time they played. 6 for 89. He tore them up. So, Wilson did not perform well. Rawls wasn't even there. Baldwin was terrible. So this team is a different team. But Atlanta should have won that game. Remember, that was a bad no call at the end, and Atlanta gets that pass interference. They get a field goal. They get a shot to win that game. But this game comes down to a couple of things. One, Thomas Rawls. How good was he last week? How good was he? He needs to do it again. He needs 120 yards rushing. By giving Rawls the ball and allowing him to run the football will open up the offense for everybody else. Russell Wilson will have more time. He can go play action. He can find Jimmy Graham. He can find Doug Baldwin, Paul Richardson, and Jermaine Kearse. This is a winnable game for Seattle. This is a winnable game. The defense has to show up. And Richard Sherman has to play very, very well. Very well. I mean, Richard Sherman may have to cover Julio Jones this week and Dez Bryant next week. That's not easy. You want to get to the Super Bowl? You better cover those two guys. Forget maybe even Jordy Nelson or Randall Cobb. This is not going to be easy. So Russell Wilson has to step up his game this week. Thomas Rawls has to do what he did last week. Doug Baldwin has to continue to be a number one receiver. Jimmy Graham has to show up this week. He didn't last week. Kearse and or Richardson, one of these two guys has to make a big play. Devin Hester has to return the football better than he's done all year. The defense has to play as well as it's played all year. No mental mistakes. Get to Matt Ryan. You've been there before, Seahawks. Act like you have. Act like you've been there before. I think the Seahawks can do it. But they don't play well on the road. This is not going through Seattle. And if Dallas wins, they're going to have to go on the road again. And trust me, I don't want to see Seattle against Ezekiel Elliott. I don't want to see that at all. For Atlanta, I really believe this game comes down to one person. Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan has had a career year. I mean, really. 7 interceptions, 38 touchdowns. 38 touchdowns. That is a great number for him. Normally, he's always in the teens in interceptions. So he is ready to go. When they played Seattle the last time, 27 for 42, 335 yards, 3 touchdowns. Julio Jones was outstanding. 7 for 139 and a touchdown. Sanu had a touchdown. 5 for 47 and a touchdown. Devonta Freeman, as I recall, wasn't spectacular, right? 12 for 40, not spectacular, right? Tevin Coleman, let me see what he did here. Right, 5 for 10, nothing. They really didn't run the ball very well, but they threw it well. But my concern here is Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan, you get the week off, you lose the momentum. Now he's going to come back in a home game, and he's expected to get it done. Right? The expectations are high. Win this game at home. You've put yourself in the position to be the number 2 seed. Win this game. That's not easy. That is not easy to do. Can he do it? Absolutely. Will he do it? I don't know. But Matt Ryan better have a good first half. Because if they're down by 10 points, this game could be over. I don't see Atlanta coming back to win this game. I don't. I think Matt Ryan could choke. So I think Matt Ryan is the key to this game. Also the running game. Freeman and Coleman. It has to be better. They play better at home than they do on the road. I think they'll have good games. I think they'll show up, especially Freeman. He's a big key to this team. And Julio Jones-Roto has to put this team on his back. He's got to say to Matt Ryan, get me the football. Don't worry about Richard Sherman. Get me the football. Now, Matt Ryan has to be smart enough and not force the football. Go to Sanu. Go to Gabriel. Taylor Gabriel's a weapon. Go to him. Go to Freeman in the flat. Use your offense. Right? Use your weapons. But if they can do that, they can keep this game close. And Vic Beasley has to get to Russell Wilson. Vic Beasley is very fast. Very fast. He's got to get to Russell Wilson. Also, Robert Alford, or whoever is going to be covering Doug Baldwin, better stay with Doug Baldwin. And Keanu Neal, here's what he needs to do. He needs to hit. He needs to hit. Now, Neal is a hitter. Okay? He's a hitter. He's a big physical presence. Right? He's big. And you need this guy. And I'll never forget this. I can't remember. Speaking of never forgetting it, I forgot it. I think it was the Super Bowl where the Giants played the Patriots when the Patriots were undefeated. And the Giants were hitting. Bam, 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 bam. Patriots knew every time they caught the ball, they were getting hit. Keanu Neal has to get there and hit. Doug Baldwin catches it, you hit him. Paul Richardson hits it, catches it, you hit him. You make him hurt. You know that every time they catch the football, there's pain. You're bringing the pain. Right, heat override? You're bringing the pain. If they do that, Seattle may get soft. Right? The more physical team wins this game. Who's going to bring the pain? Will it be the Seahawks or will it be the Falcons? Whoever brings the pain wins this game. Watch, mark my words. Maybe it's a big fumble. Maybe it's interception. Maybe it's a sack. Maybe it's a pop. Maybe it's a big hit. It's going to take something like that to win this game. And then we're going to have a really good NFC Championship game. I'm excited. You know what else I'm excited about? I'm excited about what we're doing at scoutfantasy.com. So enter the promo code ROTO, that's ROTO. You pay for 1 month, we'll get you 2 more for free. And when you're there, you're a member of the Scout Army. And what does it mean to be a member of the Scout Army? It means that all the sports are covered under the same fee. It's not like other sites that charge you for football and basketball and hockey separately. We do it all in one shot, okay? And it's dirt cheap. For NBA, we've got our optimizer out. It's still free for now. We've got our scout scores. For NFL, we do our scout scores. I've got my DFS plays coming later today. They'll be out there for you guys to see. Get to our message boards. We have a great community of members at Scout. People excited about helping other people do well in fantasy sports and win money in DFS and win league championships. So this is a great time to be part of what we're doing. I'm very proud of it and what everybody there at Scout. Also, Sean Childs is doing his team outlooks for baseball. So if you're a fantasy baseball guy, it doesn't get better than Sean Childs' team outlooks. It really doesn't. He does an exceptional job. And I encourage you to check that out at scoutfantasy.com. Remember, promo code ROTO, ROTO, pay for 1 month, get 2 more for free. All right, but right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. This is going to be a great weekend of football. I'm excited. I hope you are too. I'll be glued to the TV set. We'll be back next week to discuss the games. Oh, man, I'm going to go right now. I'll say New England, Kansas City, Green Bay, and Atlanta. I'll take those 4. We'll see if I'm right. Who knows? I hope I am, but I just hope for some good football, and I know you do as well. All right, guys, have a great day and a great weekend. Be well, and take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!